to show you, I think this was option number 4 for the color mixing. And it was basically just making a grid of all of the different colors and then doing that the other direction so that you could see how they mix when they overlap. You can do this with your watercolor paints. You could also do this with crayon. You could take your red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, or your colored pencil and kind of make a grid of those, coloring not too dark because you want them to be able to layer up and you want to be able to squint at them and see that they've made a different color. All right, so I'm going to start. All right, sorry about that, guys. All right, so because I don't want my yellow to mix with other things, I'm actually going to start in the middle of my paper, and I'm going to use yellow first. So I'm going to make a yellow crisscross grid on my paper. It's not going to be super dark because they're watercolors, but hopefully you'll still kind of get the idea. All right, so there's my yellow and yellow. When I do my yellow and yellow, obviously the darkest part is going to be in the middle where the two meet. I'm going to go the green direction first. So I've got my chartreuse color next. I'm going to put that basically right up next to my other one, and it is going to get lighter as it fades across. So I'm going to go down, and I'm going to go to my right, your left, as I make that grid. Dry off my brush, go to my solid green now. I'm going to keep that going the downward direction, crisscross the green, and my next shade of green, and then my 2 layers of turquoise. And I actually started doing this a few minutes ago and I messed up, so I flipped my paper over. So where you kind of see the different mess ups going on, that's why. All right, now I'm to, oh, I shouldn't be to indigo yet. I should be to blue. Got my blue. And my other blue. Now I'm gonna go to indigo, which is mostly blue with just a little tiny bit of red in it. So on my paper, it still looks pretty blue, but it's just a little bit deeper of a color than my original. All right, now I'm to my purple. And again, this is a pretty dark purple. And then my next one, sorry, that was my indigo color, so this should be more of my purple color next. And then I'm going to kind of go backwards and go the other direction because I'm out of paper. So here's my purple. And you notice on your page, as you get to the purple and yellow crossing, any of those complementary colors that are opposite on the color wheel, you're going to see a little bit of brown coming out because when you mix 2 complementary colors, they make brown. All right, so now I'm going to go on top of my yellow, above my yellow, I should say, and to my left, which is your right. And my colors are kind of mixing, but that's okay. If I were really wanting this to turn out really nice, I would take the time to dry these off in between. But because I'm just trying to show you a demo of it, I'm not going to do that right now. So I've got my yellow-orange, which is mostly yellow with a little bit of red in it. And then I should be at kind of my more solid orange color, which is my 50-50 mix. Should be a little bit darker than the yellow-orange. Try that one again. There's a little better. All right, then we should be at red-orange. And then red, that should be our last one, C. All right, and then I believe my red violet was at the bottom, maybe not. Actually not, now that I'm looking at it, I should have 12 colors altogether. So this one makes my number 12. All right, so not perfect. Again, if I were going to do this as my project, I would probably let my colors dry in between, which would take a little while, but you would still basically have the same effect. So here, so that my colors don't run, I'm gonna bring the camera to the paper rather than taking the paper to my camera. You can kind of see my crisscross there. Lots of blending, lots of brown going on, but overall, again, if it dried, you'd be able to see the different colors that it made where they overlapped. All right, so the only other demo I have coming up today is the crayon color wheel from the other day. Stay tuned. I miss you guys, and I hope to see you soon.